My name is Captain Carlin Keeley, and I am the US Army Caisson Platoon leader. The US Army Caisson Platoon is the last fully mounted equestrian unit in the Department of Defense, and we are responsible for carrying our nation's heroes to their final resting place. We run two contingents of military working equine. The first is a 6-horse hitch that actually pulls the same wagons that we used in 1948 to carry our dead then. And the next is our caparisoned horses, or our riderless horses. And these are the horses that are walked by an enlisted service member to officiate the funerals of 06 and above US Army and Marine Corps officers. So we like to say that we take our nation's fallen heroes to their graveside. Sgt York actually came to us in 1997 as a donation from the Dobrisky family. Frank Dobrisky was actually serving in the Caisson Platoon at the time.
In 1995, I joined the Caisson Platoon with my whole family having been in the horse community. I kind of put the word out to everybody. If anybody knew of any black or gray horses, potentially the Army would be looking for them. And my mom had come back and she had said that she had found a nice little black horse.
Sgt York was born all aboard Jules, and he was a harness racing horse up in Long Island, New York.
Sgt York was actually a standardbred racehorse. He's a standardbred, that's the breed of horse that he is.
He only won about $14,500 racing, and so Mrs. Dobrisky at the time decided that he would be an excellent candidate for service in the Caisson Platoon.
I'm Carlos Espuro, specialist here at the Caisson Platoon. I've conducted over 29 walks here, a few of them including Sgt York. Sgt York is a very high-profile horse that we used to have here inside the barn. In 2004, he conducted a funeral for President Ronald Reagan. Very notable fact about what happened during that funeral is that we used his riding boots to conduct that funeral because he was an equestrian man himself.
My name is Specialist Bryce DeGrassa. I'm here with the United States Army Caisson Platoon. Sgt York was one of the most remarkable horses we used for caparison walking. Little to nothing phased him in the cemetery. He conducted 25 years of service here at Fort Myer and was a staple to the caparison horses that we used.
Sgt York had the honor to bury several individuals of extremely high rank, to include General Meyer, General Davis, and actually First Lieutenant Burt Kennedy, who starred in some John Wayne movies. And he actually retired 3 months after he completed his last walk. So he really worked until his end of his service here, and we were incredibly honored to have that sort of work ethic in the barn.
One thing I can say about Sgt York is that everyone that was around the horse, especially in the Caisson Platoon, got to meet him, be around him for a few years. That horse is definitely going to have a special place in their heart, 100% guaranteed. I know I will for sure.
Sgt York was one of our most mission-oriented horses. His friendly personality and work ethic makes him incredibly deserving of this. We are incredibly proud that he is the recipient of Medal No. 4 of the Animals in War and Peace Award.
During his 25-year military career, Sgt York completed close to 2,700 funerals at Arlington National Cemetery. After President Reagan's funeral in 2004, he was awarded Horse of the Month by the US Trotting Association. Sgt York finally retired to Equine Advocates, a beautiful horse sanctuary in Chatham, New York, in June of 2022. During a small ceremony there on January 2, 2023, he was presented with the Animals in War and Peace Distinguished Service Medal No. 4. Congratulations and thank you, Sgt York, for your devoted service with the U.S. Army Caisson Platoon.